Cardi, a member of our community, had a miraculous insomnia recovery in January of 2025. However, he still finds himself having daily sleep doubt that turns into panic after a choppy night. On the other hand, after a peaceful night, he is full of confidence. Cardi is describing the doubt and confidence roller coaster. In this episode, we're going to see why it happens and how you, if you've experienced this, can find yourself on a smoother journey to where you want to be, which is a place of peaceful sleep and peace of mind. Hi, I'm Daniel. I'm a sleep physician turned sleep coach. And in this episode, we're going to talk about something we try to help all our students with, which is making the insomnia recovery process as smooth as it possibly can be. It tends to be a bit of a bumpy journey for everyone, and we'll see why as well. But specifically in this episode, we're going to talk about this roller coaster between moments of confidence and seeing that we got this, I'm going to be fine, to moments of doubt and thinking, maybe I'm the one who will not recover. Maybe I can't do this. That type of roller coaster we want to turn into more smoother sailing. So we're going to look at three we're going to have like three topics. We're going to look at the miracle, the roller coaster, and smoother sailing. But of course, this is a mining the comments episode where we learn from the comment section. So we are going to look at the comment that inspired this episode from ckarty. And here it is. It is from the most recent Talking Insomnia episode with Brittany. And ckarty says, "Hi, Daniel. I am a regular watcher of your channel. I recovered from insomnia in January 2025 after seeing the videos, and immediately in 2-3 days, like a miracle. But I have the self-doubt daily. I get speed bumps at least once in 2 months. This happens if I have an all-nighter. I start getting panicky the next night. This lasts for a day or two where I feel helpless and in complete panic mode. But again, after good sleep, I get the confidence back. How do I reinforce my brain saying, don't get into panic? I want to face the speed bumps as a normal occurrence." Thanks so much, ckarty, for asking and sharing. And I hope this episode will really help. And firstly, I want to say that I'm so glad you found our channel and found so much benefit back in January 2025. And what you said last there about, I want to make the speed bumps a regular occurrence, like I want to not react so strongly to them. Very, very helpful. Like it's different from saying, I don't want to have any speed bumps. I don't want to have any difficulties after things have gotten easy for me. That's a little tricky because then we will probably react very strongly when we have them. On the other hand, just by saying that, when I have a choppier time, I would like to react less to that. Very, very helpful and insightful. And again, hope this will really help. So the first thing we want to talk about is like the miracle. What happened? How did ckarty have this big change after just finding a channel and watching for a pretty short amount of time? Well, really, insomnia happens when we start to think of not sleeping as a danger and threat. And oftentimes we think we're the only person in the world who's experienced this, making us feel very isolated and lonely. But when you find our channel, for example, and see that there is no real threat, it's just this misunderstanding, there's no real danger, and we're not alone. There are many, many people who have experienced this and left the struggle. That can lead to that miracle where we're like, there's so much relief, so much release, and we find ourselves sleeping easier. But here's the but. Although our brain can go from a peaceful state to panic in a second, a millisecond, very quickly, we can go into like complete like protection mode, survival mode, panic mode. The opposite isn't true. The return to calm takes longer. So although ckarty had a great amount of relief, there's still some doubt, right? And this is just like if you're crossing the street and you happen to see in the corner of your eye that a bus is coming towards you and you like panic. Like you go from complete calm to panic in a millisecond. You jump out of the way and you're safe. But that doesn't mean that as soon as you jumped out of the way and you're safe, you go like, oh, now I'm safe. Now I'm going to keep walking here. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, that was a close one. Why did that happen? And that's all practical. That keeps us from ending up in another difficult situation or a dangerous situation. And similarly, when our brain has identified not sleeping as a threat and we were having this very, very difficult time where we thought we were in danger, something really strange and unusual was happening, then even though we learned that there was actually no danger, we're not going to be kind of completely back into it. We're not going to be like, oh, there was no danger. Okay, good. I can leave this and just sleep all for the rest of my life. Probably there are going to be some lingering questions, some doubt, some lingering fear there. And this explains the speed bumps. So even if we have learned that there's actually no threat, no danger, our brain is, it's very resourceful, and it may go back to saying like, what if we miss something? What if there's really danger here? What if you're not going to sleep tonight? And that can create these speed bumps. And speed bumps are times where things get harder for us after we've had a period of relief, And so this kind of nature of the brain as easily getting into, or like I should say, getting into panic mode fast, but it taking longer to kind of completely see that there was no danger, that explains the speed bumps, but not necessarily this kind of roller coaster experience that ckarty is describing. So let's understand this now. Let's understand this like doubt versus confidence roller coaster. When we think that a sleepless night, a restless night, or a choppy night means that we have lost something we lost control, we lost the ability to manage it, and that maybe we'll never sleep again, then our self-doubt will grow. On the other hand, when we think of a night of sleeping, and that means that we got the control back, we got this, and that we will sleep well now, then our confidence will grow. We will now feel really confident. And now the thing here is that, as you can tell, it's not actually having a night of little sleep or a lot of sleep that makes a big difference in how we feel. It's how we think of it. If we think again that not sleeping means that we've lost something, we don't have it anymore, we don't know what to do, we're kind of clueless, that will create self-doubt. On the other hand, if we think that sleeping well means I got this, I'm in control, I can do it again, that will grow that will make us feel confident. And this can lead to this roller coaster-like experience. How we think of each night creates it. On one hand, depending on if the night was choppy, we'll feel a lot of self-doubt. If the night was peaceful, we'll feel a lot of confidence. And this creates this roller coaster-like experience. And what it can appear like is that, oh, I just want one side of that. I only want the confidence side. But you see, the confidence and the self-doubt are just two sides of the same coin. If we think that sleeping well means we have gained something, we have gotten something, then it also means that there's something we can lose. So we will always have some doubt. Like, what if I lose it again? What if what if it slips through my fingers? So actually what we want is not to have it's neither to have no self-doubt and no, what we want is not to only have confidence, I want to say, but to see that there is nothing we need to be confident about and nothing we need to doubt either. And this is what's going to lead us to smoother sailing. So what we really want to see is the following: that when we sleep well, it isn't because we did something or achieved something. It simply happened because we weren't trying as much. We had the understanding that there's no threat, we don't need to do anything, and sleep just happens automatically by itself. And when we see that a choppy night means simply that we were a little bit more anxious, we were trying a little harder to sleep, then we see that there's nothing we need to doubt. We didn't, sleeping well didn't come from any achievement or control, and sleeping less didn't mean we had lost anything either. So in essence, to summarize that, it is about what the meaning we give to the night. And when we don't give it any meaning apart from like, oh, I was anxious and I was trying kind of harder to sleep, that's why I slept less. And I slept well because, I wasn't trying so hard. Then that interpretation, the narrative, the story that leads to the roller coaster fades away, and we have a smoother path, a smoother journey. Now, one more thing I want to add to that is that if you find yourself like sleeping well and it feels good, it doesn't mean how sorry I clicked the wrong thing. That doesn't mean it is wrong to feel good about sleeping well. You know, if you sleep well and you're like, oh, that was nice, and it proves to you that there's nothing wrong with you, you don't have any deficiency, everything's fine. That's nice. However, we don't want to think of it as a win or having achieved something, right? We just think that was nice, you know. And again, just remember it happened thanks to the lack of trying rather than finding a way to have control. And this roller coaster now turns into smoother sailing thanks to what you learned here. I hope this made a lot of sense. Let me know in the comment section. I hope this brought a lot of value to you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Hi, it's me, Daniel, and I hope you found a lot of value in the video that you just watched. Now, I know insomnia can be an incredibly lonely place. You can feel isolated from everybody else because your friends, family members, coworkers, acquaintances simply don't understand what you're going through. And because they don't understand what you're going through, they also can't truly help you. Now imagine a place where everybody does understand you. Everybody has shared your experiences and know exactly what type of support and guidance will lead you to where you want to be, which is a place of peaceful sleep, feeling like yourself again, and feeling connected with the world. Such a place does exist, and it is called the Insomnia Immunity Program. And if you think it is time to join, then simply head over to our website, thesleepcoachschool.com, join the program, and we look forward to seeing you on the other side.